Hello, ladies, and welcome to our new Bible reading series. I'm Cindra Enlow from heavenlyplace.com, and this year, as we read through the Bible, we'll explore God's incredible story of love and redemption. If you're looking for a Bible reading plan that's simple and doable, this is it. So let's get started and discover the heart of God together, one chapter at a time. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to our one-year Bible reading plan. This is week 18, day 5. And our scheduled reading for today is a series of different books. It's Psalm 132, 2 Samuel chapter 6 and 7, 1 Chronicles chapter 17, and then Psalm 25. So we're going to see that there's a lot of celebration and prayer in these readings today. We start in Psalm 132, which connects the other readings. In 2 Samuel 6, we see David brings the Ark of the Covenant into Jerusalem, and this time he does it with great care and reverence and no shortcuts like before. There's music, there's dancing, offerings and blessings, and it's just a joyful moment, a holy moment. But not everyone celebrates. We see that David's wife, Michal, criticizes him for dancing before the Lord. And her response leads to her not being able to have children. But this is just a reminder that not everyone will understand our worship. But as David stated, our praise is for God, not for people. And then in 2 Samuel 7 and 1 Chronicles 17, we read the same story. David desires to build a house. Nathan tells him he can, but then comes back and tells him that God said not to. Instead, God turns the blessing around and makes a covenant with David, and he promises to establish his house, David's house, forever, his throne forever. It's one of the most important promises in the Bible because it points us towards Jesus, the king who would come from the line of David and reign forever. And then, like we said, the Psalm 132 connects this moment. It's a song remembering David's heart to find a resting place for the ark and how God responded with a covenant blessing. And then Psalm 25 brings us into a quiet and personal space with David as he prays for guidance and forgiveness and protection. And he tells the Lord, "To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul." It's just a humble prayer of trust from someone who truly wants to walk in God's ways. And here's where we see the heart of God. He delights in our desire to honor him, even when his answer is, "Not yet," or "Not you." David was a man after God's own heart, and yet God still told him no. And we know that God is always faithful to keep his promises, even ones that stretch far beyond our lifetime, which David was astonished by. And it's expressed in these readings. So let's start our readings today with Psalm 132. Psalm 132. Yahweh remembered David and all his affliction, how he swore to Yahweh and vowed to the Mighty One of Jacob. Surely I will not come into the structure of my house, nor go up into my bed. I will not give sleep to my eyes, or slumber to my eyelids, until I find out a place for Yahweh, a dwelling for the Mighty One of Jacob. Behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We found it in the field of Jaar. We will go into his dwelling place. We will worship at his footstool. Arise, Yahweh, into your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. Let your priests be clothed with righteousness. Let your saints shout for joy. For your servant David's sake, don't turn away the face of your anointed one. Yahweh has sworn to David in truth. He will not turn from it. I will set the fruit of your body on your throne. If your children will keep my covenant, my testimony that I will teach them, their children also will sit on your throne forevermore. For Yahweh has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his habitation. This is my resting place forever. I will live here, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. I will also clothe her priests with salvation. Her saints will shout aloud for joy. I will make the horn of David to bud there. I have ordained a lamp for my anointed. I will clothe his enemies with shame, but on himself his crown will shine. 2 Samuel 6. David again gathered together all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. David arose and went with all the people who were with him from Baal Judah to bring up from there God's ark, which is called by the name, even the name of Yahweh of armies, who sits above the cherubim. They set God's ark on a new cart and brought it out of Abinadab's house that was on the hill. And Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drove the new cart. They brought it out of Abinadab's house, which was in the hill, with God's ark, and Ahio went before the ark. David and all the house of Israel played before Yahweh with all kinds of instruments made of cypress wood, with harps, with stringed instruments, with tambourines, with castanets, and with cymbals. When they came to the threshing floor of Nacon, Uzzah reached for God's ark and took hold of it, for the cattle stumbled. Yahweh's anger burned against Uzzah, and God struck him there for his error, and he died there by God's ark. David was displeased because Yahweh had broken out against Uzzah, and he called that place Perez Uzzah to this day. David was afraid of Yahweh that day, and he said, "How could Yahweh's ark come to me?" So David would not move Yahweh's ark to be with him in David's city, but David carried it aside into Obed-Edom the Gittite's house. Yahweh's ark remained in Obed-Edom the Gittite's house 3 months, and Yahweh blessed Obed-Edom and all his house. King David was told, "Yahweh has blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that belongs to him because of God's ark." So David went and brought up God's ark from the house of Obed-Edom into David's city with joy. When those who bore Yahweh's ark had gone 6 paces, he sacrificed an ox and a fattened calf. David danced before Yahweh with all his might, and David was clothed in a linen ephod. So David and all the house of Israel brought up Yahweh's ark with shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. As Yahweh's ark came into David's city, Michal the daughter of Saul looked out through the window and saw King David leaping and dancing before Yahweh, and she despised him in her heart. They brought in Yahweh's ark and set it in its place in the middle of the tent that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before Yahweh. When David had finished offering the burnt offering and the peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of Yahweh of armies. He gave to all the people, even among the whole multitude of Israel, both to men and women, to every one a portion of bread, dates, and raisins. So all the people departed each to his own house. Then David returned to bless his household. Michal the daughter of Saul came out to meet David and said, "How glorious the king of Israel was today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of his servants' maids, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovers himself." David said to Michal, "It was before Yahweh, who chose me above your father and above all his house, to appoint me prince over the people of Yahweh, over Israel. Therefore I will celebrate before Yahweh. I will be yet more undignified than this, and will be worthless in my own sight. But the maids of whom you have spoken will honor me." Michal the daughter of Saul had no child to the day of her death. 2 Samuel 7. When the king lived in his house, and Yahweh had given him rest from all his enemies all around, the king said to Nathan the prophet, "See now, I dwell in a house of cedar, but God's ark dwells within curtains." Nathan said to the king, "Go do all that is in your heart, for Yahweh is with you." That same night Yahweh's word came to Nathan, saying, "Go and tell my servant David, Yahweh says, should you build me a house for me to dwell in? For I have not lived in a house since the day that I brought the children of Israel up out of Egypt, even to this day, but have moved around in a tent and in a tabernacle. In all places in which I have walked with all the children of Israel, did I say a word to anyone from the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to be a shepherd of my people Israel, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? Now therefore tell my servant David this, Yahweh of armies says, I took you from the sheep pen, from following the sheep, to be a prince over my people over Israel. I have been with you wherever you went, and have cut off all your enemies from before you. I will make you a great name, like the name of the great ones who are in the earth. I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and I will plant them, that they may dwell in their own place and be moved no more. The children of wickedness will not afflict them any more, as at the first, and as from the day that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel. I will cause you to rest from all your enemies. Moreover, Yahweh tells you that Yahweh will make you a house. When your days are fulfilled and you sleep with your fathers, I will set up your offspring after you, who will proceed out of your body, and I will establish his kingdom. He will build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he will be my son. If he commits iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my loving kindness will not depart from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before you. Your house and your kingdom will be made sure forever before you. Your throne will be established forever. Nathan spoke to David all these words, and according to all the vision. Then David the king went in and sat before Yahweh, and he said, Who am I, Lord Yahweh, and what is my house that you have brought me this far? This was yet a small thing in your eyes, Lord Yahweh, but you have spoken also of your servant's house for a great while to come, and this among men, Lord Yahweh. What more can David say to you? For you know your servant, Lord Yahweh. For your word's sake, and according to your own heart, you have worked all this greatness to make your servant know it. Therefore you are great, Yahweh God, for there is no one like you, neither is there any God besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. What one nation in the earth is like your people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem to himself for a people, and to make himself a name, and to do great things for you, and awesome things for your land before your people, whom you redeemed to yourself out of Egypt, from the nations and their gods. You established for yourself your people Israel to be your people forever, and you, Yahweh, became their God. Now, Yahweh God, the word that you have spoken concerning your servants and concerning his house, confirm it forever, and do as you have spoken. Let your name be magnified forever, saying, Yahweh of armies is God over Israel, and the house of your servant David will be established before you. For you, Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, have revealed to your servant, saying, I will build you a house. Therefore your servant has found in his heart to pray this prayer to you. Now, O Lord Yahweh, you are God, and your words are truth, and you have promised this good thing to your servant. Now therefore let it please you to bless the house of your servant, that it may continue forever before you. For you, Lord Yahweh, have spoken it. Let the house of your servant be blessed forever with your blessing. 1 Chronicles 17. When David was living in his house, David said to Nathan the prophet, Behold, I live in a cedar house, but the ark of Yahweh's covenant is in a tent. Nathan said to David, Do all that is in your heart, for God is with you. That same night the word of God came to Nathan, saying, Go and tell David my servant, Yahweh says, You shall not build me a house to dwell in, for I have not lived in a house since the day that I brought up Israel to this day, but have gone from tent to tent, and from one tent to another. In all places in which I have walked with all Israel, did I speak a word with any of the judges of Israel, whom I commanded to be shepherd of my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? Now therefore you shall tell my servant David, Yahweh of armies says, I took you from the sheep pen, from the following the sheep, to be prince over my people Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone, and have cut off all your enemies from before you. I will make you a name like the name of the great ones who are in the earth. I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in their own place, and be moved no more. The children of wickedness will not waste them any more, as at the first, and from the day that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel. I will subdue all your enemies. Moreover, I tell you that Yahweh will build you a house. It will happen when your days are fulfilled that you must go to be with your fathers, that I will set up your offspring after you, who will be of your sons, and I will establish his kingdom. He will build me a house, and I will establish his throne forever. I will be his father, and he will be my son. I will not take my loving kindness away from him, as I took it from him who was before you. But I will settle him in my house and in my kingdom forever. His throne will be established forever. According to all these words and according to all this vision, so Nathan spoke to David. Then David the king went in and sat before Yahweh, and he said, Who am I, Yahweh God, and what is my house, that you have brought me this far? This was a small thing in your eyes, O God, but you have spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come, and have respected me according to the standard of a man of high degree, Yahweh God. What can David say yet more to you concerning the honor which is done for your servant? For you know your servant. Yahweh, for your servant's sake, and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness. to make known all these great things. Yahweh, there is no one like you, neither is there any God besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. What one nation on the earth is like your people Israel, whom God went to redeem to himself for a people, to make you a name by great and awesome things, in driving out nations from before your people, whom you redeemed out of Egypt? For you made your people Israel your own people forever, and you, Yahweh, became their God. Now, Yahweh, let the word that you have spoken concerning your servant and concerning his house be established forever, and do as you have spoken. Let your name be established and magnified forever, saying, Yahweh of armies is the God of Israel, even a God to Israel. The house of David, your servant, is established before you. For you, my God, have revealed to your servant that you will build him a house. Therefore your servant has found courage to pray before you. Now, Yahweh, you are God, and have promised this good thing to your servant. Now it has pleased you to bless the house of your servant, that it may continue forever before you. For you, Yahweh, have blessed, and it is blessed forever. Psalm 25. To you, Yahweh, I lift up my soul. My God, I have trusted in you. Don't let me be shamed. Don't let my enemies triumph over me. Yes, no one who waits for you will be shamed. They will be shamed who deal treacherously without cause. Show me your ways, Yahweh. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. I wait for you all day long. Yahweh, remember your tender mercies and your loving kindness, for they are from old times. Don't remember the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. Remember me according to your loving kindness, for your goodness' sake, Yahweh. Good and upright is Yahweh. Therefore he will instruct sinners in the way. He will guide the humble in justice. He will teach the humble his way. All the paths of Yahweh are loving kindness and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, Yahweh, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. What man is he who fears Yahweh? He shall instruct him in the way that he shall choose. His soul will dwell at ease. His offspring will inherit the land. The friendship of Yahweh is with those who fear him. He will show them his covenant. My eyes are ever on Yahweh, for he will pluck my feet out of the net. Turn to me and have mercy on me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring me out of my distresses. Consider my affliction and my travail. Forgive all my sins. Consider my enemies, for they are many. They hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be disappointed, for I take refuge in you. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait for you. God, redeem Israel out of all his troubles.